So thank you guys for coming out, everybody. I'm Thomas W. Case, American poet and author, and I'll be reading mostly from my latest book, Sleep Always Calls. It's on Amazon, and I'll just get started. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out. This first one's called Better Than Gold, and it goes like this. Better than gold. There are moments in my life that are too wild and beautiful to be tamed or captured by words or sentences. Musical notes could do a better job at conveying the experience. D minor or C sharp major. My mind replays the moments, alive with pentatonic scales, and the taste of homemade apple cider and pomegranate security. I smell the burning leaves of late October and feel the smooth nose of my childhood Appaloosa, her dappled coat and trusting eyes. Sometimes the world in all its goodness stupefies me and leaves my spirit rocking gently in a cradle where I know it's all going to be okay. All right. Thanks. This next one's called TWC on Writing. Thomas Wesley Case, TWC. Hobbled by the sun and laid prostrate by days of degenerate behavior, days of nothingness and worse. Only writing could save me. Poor and lonely, no warm woman to hold, no booze, no home, but I had my writing. It let the light in and buffered me from the crowds of scarecrows with sewn-on smiles. Writing keeps me immortal and kills the pain. It soothes the mice lost in the maze and brings the stray cat home to a house where he's safe. Writing is the pillow that keeps my head up and my heart engaged. All right. This next one is called A Small Place Above His Left Ear. My friend asks me where I get the fodder for writing my poems. I tell him life. He says, no, that's too simple. He isn't satisfied. I tell him that sometimes I sit at my desk and open the window above the litter box and look outside at the orange daylilies and wait. He says he writes from a small place above his left ear. It tickles at times, but often is painful. I nod and make a note to call my doctor about the headaches I've been having. He reads his poesy at the coffee shops while drinking espresso and chatting with the other young poets in sweaters. I tell him that I used to live under a bridge. I read my poems to the Savage River and the mallard ducks and the drunk friends that wandered in for a drink of vodka or a beer. He says the little place above his left ear is beginning to hurt. I walk him to the door and tell him goodbye. He asks if I will come to the coffee shop to hear him read his poetry. Sure, I say, smiling blankly. After closing the door, I sit and smile at the view from my window. I can smell the freshly cut grass and hear the grinding whine of the lawnmower. A woman across the street is lying in the sun. She's wearing a turquoise bikini and big sunglasses. Just then, a slight hint of coconut wafts into my room. I get hard and pick up the pen. There might be some adult themes and language, just very minor. I think I picked over sometimes you wait. This one's called, it's page 24. Some poems don't work. No amount of tweaking will fix it. You can't finger it until it comes. Push the delete button and start over. You write because you must. It's in your cells. You're a salmon swimming upstream to stay alive. You write because the nut house yawns and beckons. It waits. The cage door is open and the water is tainted with mercury. Fly away or die. If the writing isn't working, go fishing, Eat a tangerine or some Brussels sprouts. Be livid, be silly, study the vulva and the orchid. Think about what the color black tastes like, or if pink whispers or yells. And write until the trivialities take flight from your life. In the surrendering, triumph will come. And this next one is called Pain Like Pie. There is a screaming, screeching pain that is so raw, it's like a mouse caught in a glue trap. It must be locked away for no one to see or handle. And sometimes on moonless nights, when no one is around, and the owls have killed their prey, and the teardrops have been bottled and sold on the black market, you may be tempted to take that pain out, like a slice of pie, and taste it. Be careful. It may have fermented, developed a mind of its own. All right. This next one is called Fears Wear Bowling Shirts. Fear wears bowling shirts. In our times, no one wants to be politically incorrect. Let's not offend seems to be the chant. Nice little sheep that stay in line, simple smiles and polite applause, but just a smattering, agreement en masse. Next time you see this, look for the return of public hangings, the blotting out of the sun, and the death of art that is forged from the marrow of the spirit. All right. This next one is called A Rich Man. I don't vacation in Babylon anymore. The ticket prices soared, and the trip almost killed me. Years of debauchery wasn't good for the soul. The only gold I want now is the autumn leaves, and the buttery summer corn, and the shimmer on the lake at sunset. I'm getting older, and my heart is stronger. It beats like children seeing green for the first time. And I'll just, at this point, just a little sidebar. So, personal disclosure. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober 2.5 years. And life was rough in the drinking days. It was terrible. Spent a lot of years on the streets and not doing well. And so I just try to get back now. Through my writing, also just through helping other people in recovery. Just a little bit about me. This one's called A Rich Man. Oh, no, I just read that. This one's called Oh, Yes, It Gets Worse. Oh, yes, it gets worse. Fear sucks at my spine like a leech, slimy and black. The crowds laugh and imitate each other. No creativity, only brutality. Little lemmings. They get raises and promotions, accolades in bunches, killers of the dodo and the redwood. They smile over tea and the bones of dead men, perfect in their machine-like minds, immune to death, like the quest for power. And this one's called Green is My Bed. I explored the depths of hell and found it wanting, wandering the streets looking for utopia. Not all that shines is the sun. Pictures can be doctored, and when the layers are peeled away, the purple horizon isn't royal. It's a ghastly negative with black and white images that lack love and depth. All the potions are placebos. It's temporary and tiring. When I grew up, I stopped playing with toys. They break and disappoint, and worse yet, they leave me empty and hungry. The sky pilot found me, and I am full, belly and soul. Beside still waters, green is my bed. And then I'll do a couple from memory. This one's called Lonesome Neon Nights. It's in my book, Seedy Town Blues. Angels with broken wings, frostbitten dreams, morphine nights and gangrene schemes. She had that broken glass sadness, the kind that gets worse with every slammed door and every lazy moon mad night. The light in her eyes was dim, like a candle in the fog, like a frog that dreams of flying, but wakes up to the same old pond, day after degrading day. Man, every time I see her, I want to take her home and give her a bath, feed her strawberries and rubber feet. I want to free her from the rain-slick suffering she's stuck in, wash away the stench of the lonely diesel strangers. But I can't save her. Hell, I can't even save myself. So I bum her a midnight special and delight it for her, with a brief sulfuric blaze of glory, bereft of any lasting light. Walk away, jack-o'-lantern grin, into the lonesome neon night. All right, and this next one by memory is I Want to Swim to Heaven. I want to swim to heaven because this city has an infection. No injection will kill this disease, this treachery, this brutality. So I'm going to swim to heaven. Back float, take my time. My rhyme will be the deep blue trip to heaven. All right. Let's see, I will do sonnets, villanelles, and cats on my desk. So I have 3 cats, and they make good fodder for writing, but just the way it works. I'm in a cool group. To stay on top of my writing and to promote and market my poetry, I often publish online. If Lord Byron could hear that. In this place that I belong, I have deadlines. I procrastinate until the very last day and then scribble some shitty lines and get angry with myself for putting the writing off. I have a couple of weeks before I need to write a sonnet or villanelle. I'm getting anxiety. It's not producing the desired effect of hard work or discipline. No, not that. It's getting me thinking. That is something sometimes productive and usually comical. I'm thinking about the 15 months I've been sober. For many years I was miserable, drinking and writing, writing and drinking, holding the bottle of vodka to get my shivering lips, to get the last spider of liquid. My clothes smelled of decay and cowardice, and everything tasted like rotten meat. Now I have a beautiful maple desk that my 3 cats like to sleep on while I write poems about procrastination and sobriety. Such fuzzy black miracles. They twitch as they dream of fish and catnip, and just maybe they dream about writing a sonnet for me. We're all addicted to something. This next one is called Douglas Learning Center, page 40. I was kicked out of the public high school Mom sent me to. Mom sent me to an alternative school on the east side of Des Moines. It was where the troubled kids belonged, the broken and bent dreamers. The lost and damaged, dead-eyed children of the 80s went there as a last-ditch effort to salvage a semblance of a future. A sterile and cold war zone is more like it. Kids died once a month, froze to death, shot or stabbed. The Spalding boy died in a house fire. I was expelled from the Westside Public High School for skipping. I felt like a sea turtle in an ocean of sharks. Back then, I'd rather smoke pot and listen to the Ramones records in our basement. My 2 best friends, Dale and Doug, went to the burnout school too. I walked to their house every morning. We smoked a few bowls and caught a bus downtown. Frozen eyes everywhere. The crowd had little machines for hearts. We caught another bus from the station terminal on Grand Avenue. It was a long trip to the seedy end of town. It was a carnival of ragged souls. The teachers were walking mannequins with teeth like piranhas. I skipped school one day, and my mother told them it was an unexcused absence. When I returned the following day, Principal Dick Smack called me in the office and informed me that I would be paddled once with the board. It looked more like a club, hideous and barbaric. I showed no fear. He told me to lean over the desk and take what was due me. Whack! I felt the burning of tears welling up. Dick Smack said it was school policy to have the children speak with the psychiatrist on staff after a whacking to make sure we were emotionally stable. When I got home, I told Mom I would not be going back to that school. I was sent to Dad's place in California to start a new school adventure. At the new school, I fell in love with Roman history and English literature. I often found myself hoping that Dick Smack would meet the fate of Julius Caesar or Miss Havisham. This one's called A Poem is a Lovely Place, page 62. A poem is a lovely place. A poem is a place, a magical, horrible, beautiful town, filled with tree houses and castles, homeless clowns and magicians on the skids. It's full of love and booze, whores and queens. Death is just an idea. A poem is a place where you can hear the high heels scrape against the gravel in the alleys, hear the laughter and tears. Everyone is noble, but may not be pretty. A poem is a place where you can smell jasmine, frankincense, and shit in equal measure. Golden light bends through every window, where muskrats and tomcats drink absinthe and discuss Nietzsche while listening to the Beatles and Brahms. The spiders weave heart shapes in their webs. Flies play a while, then leave. A poem is a lovely place. This next one is called Damn the Crowd. Peel back the layers until the raw nerve is exposed. Dress it up, make it pretty or sad, so the crowd admires it. But what if they don't? Is there something wrong with you, your art, your creation? No, you're an artist. It's in your DNA. You must create, just as you must breathe or pee. Pain isn't glamorous, but it might be part of the process. Suffering doesn't necessarily produce good art. It may, though. And so might a nice, easy, beautiful life with lots of money and sex and a strong spiritual sense about you. Damn the crowd. This next one's called Spring Cleaning. The dust and clutter have gathered in my home and in my life. Next month, it's April. Time to spring clean. Let's see. Throw out all the dangerous philosophies that whispers to me while I sleep. Get rid of the people who laugh while they lie. All the soul killers and suckerfish. The albatross and vultures that are just portents of death. I'm not sure what that brown thing is in the back of the refrigerator, but I'm positive it isn't edible. And just look at those leeches that have been draining me of my time and serenity. I'll pluck them off and toss them back in the lake. Screw the filth. Time to clean house. All right. This next one is called We All Have Our Calling. The troops march like beetles into blizzards, thirsty for the kill. Can you smell the rotting flesh? It's putrid and sweet. I smile at the cat and she laughs. But she can't hide her fat tail, wagging, chirping at the birds outside. Let's be friends as the fangs sink in. It's who she is. The grass gets greener in spring, and we still all perish. All right, new lease. It's a new lease. All right. This new lease on life is worth the price of giving up the hideous things, the insidious compulsions that nearly destroyed me, left me robbed of mind and spirit. I rent a castle, and all it cost me was to stab the monster in the heart and bury it in a potter's field. No funeral, just hymns for the birth of a new creature, whose work is featured in anthologies around the world. And this one is called Stay Up. We all know that feelings come and go. It seems so simple until heartbreak feels like an eternity, and sadness is your cane you lean on into old age. Take it all in. Don't fall or jump off the cliff. Live, love, learn, and give. Pain doesn't last. Oblivion does. And I'll do one more. And this one's called Kings and Queens Die While I Train Kittens. The cats have made quite an impact on my writing as of late. I'm not surprised anymore by the extraordinary. When life bombards me with trivialities and ordinary events, something always happens to jolt me from my lethargy. Bukowski shit on the training pads. My brother yells from the dining room. I'm living with my brother and we have 2 black kittens, Mojo and Bukowski. They bring hours of smiles. I've never seen eyes so full of trust and adoration. Bukowski has an aversion to the litter box. We have tried everything. When I put him in, he jumps out like it's a muddy pond. His brother Mojo adores the litter box. Not only does he do his business, but he also plays and sleeps there on occasion. We started with the training pads and newspapers. It's working. Amidst all the destruction, hate, and chaos in the world, I'm eaten up by the magic of the ordinary. I talk to them as they doze in the afternoon sun. Thank you, boys. You got me going again. Mojo, you broke the dry spell. They blink, and Bukowski licks his brother's head. All right. I appreciate all of you coming out. I really do. The books, I have a website, www.thomaswcase.com, and all my books are on Amazon.com, and thank you. Really appreciate it.